Ladies and gentlemen, we're back in the Real Deal Talk podcast studio. Epic 61 fighter interviews, round one. In the house today, we've got a new interviewee. He's fought in the Epic Fighting before, but this is his first time in the Real Deal Talk studio where we're going to break it down. My man Khajuan Mattocks, a.k.a. TM Dub. How you doing, bro?
I'm doing great.
Let's go.
All right.
Welcome to the show. Let's break it down here.
Thank you for having me.
You got it. Okay, so you have fought in Epic. Which Epic fight did you fight in? Was it 60 or 59?
59.
59. Okay, I remember seeing you fight.
Right.
Who did you fight on that one?
Dalton Hambrook.
Oh, the ham bone.
Yes.
Oh, dude,
yes.
he's a beast.
Yes, he is. It was actually dope. I was actually happy that I got a good opponent, not somebody who was less talented.
Right. He's a beast. So
yes.
that was a great contest there.
Absolutely.
So what'd you take from that fight? Like, how did it go? Like, as far as what did you take from that fight moving forward that helped you kind of learn and grow?
It's pretty loaded. I'll try to keep it short.
Yeah.
First thing I learned, don't look to the refs for help. Like, do your thing.
Yes.
And just make sure that the refs are there to pull you off and show that self-control. Second thing.
What do you mean by don't look at the ref for help?
So there was a moment when I figured, like, hey, I could probably stall out.
Yeah.
Because I was taking a lot of damage, obviously.
Yeah. Yep.
So at that moment, I was like, I wonder what the ref would do. So I was just looking at him, and then I realized he wasn't doing anything. And then at that moment, Dalton ended up, like, securing, like, full amount. And I was like, sugar, honey, iced tea, I done messed up.
Yeah.
And then at that point, we ended up, like, at that point, I was like, all right, I just got to do what I need to do. So then got to the point where I did take a few shots to the back of the head.
Yep.
And I was like, all right, time to make sure that the ref's doing his job too. So I threw an elbow.
Nice.
Yeah.
Beautiful. All right, then coming out of there, how did that motivate you? What did you do from that point forward? Like, okay, I need to do this, I need this. Like, what was the game plan moving forward from there?
So the game plan moving forward from there was just, when I'm dealing with guys like that, I have to remember that as much as I get excited and this atmosphere is awesome.
Yeah.
Just remember, like, the basics. Because I went out there and I had definitely a lot of good setups that I could have hit him with, but I didn't do my groundwork. And because of that, I ended up, paying the cost.
Yeah.
Perfect example, I threw a spinning back kick, didn't set it up. So because of that, I paid for it. He slammed me into the ground. That slam actually did a lot of damage, which is why I had the concept of stalling out while talking to the ref.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that being said, like, he was a really good opponent, and the slam was what he should have done, which is amazing. Like, hats to him.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
All right, so talk to me about your camp from then till now, because that's 6 months ago.
Yes.
When have you fought in between then and now?
No, I actually was going to try to slide in for the Epic 60, but I am independent, so there's certain things that I didn't understand.
Okay.
And I finally got those things cleared, and now I'm here.
Okay. And so what does independent mean? Explain that.
Independent means that, well, I would say this. If you are independent and you end up taking a trip to the hospital, just know that bill is going to be over 10 grand.
Yeah.
So
for sure.
That's something that as an independent person, you wouldn't know until you go through it.
Yeah.
So that being said, learning that definitely gives perspective, because a lot of people don't continue fighting after they take big damage.
Right.
And the reason for that is because the medical bills are outrageous, which is what people don't really understand because nobody talks about it.
Yes.
So that being said, when it comes down to it, I personally understand that medical bills are something that we got to deal with.
Yep.
And if I'm going to go out there, I need to be more grounded. I can't just go out there, be excited, get swept up in a moment.
Yep.
Sorry if I like.
Yeah, no, that's because no one's ever. I've never even heard that before. So, but it makes sense.
Exactly.
So, what about insurance? What if you have insurance? Is insurance covered or no? They don't cover fighters.
Well, if you probably have your own insurance, it'll probably take care of that. But to be honest, again, I'm independent, so I'm not really sure.
Gotcha.
I feel like if I take another big injury, or not even a big injury, if I get hurt severely, then it's good. But if I take a big injury, then I'd have to go that route and find out what's going on.
And by independent, does that mean you're not tied with a gym or an organization?
Correct. I'm not tied with a gym.
Okay.
I am looking for a gym, but I'm not tied with one.
So to this date, you're still not with a gym?
Correct.
Where do you train?
Honestly, I train at home.
You train at home?
Yes.
Okay, so what do you do at home? Give me your training program.
I can't do that.
Well, how many days a week do you train? Let me go there.
Okay, that's better.
Okay.
I would say I train every day. Now, the time frame.
7 days a week?
7 days a week, yes. Now, that could be like anywhere from 10 minutes on just one day,
Yeah.
or I could put in like 5 or 6 hours.
5 or 6 hours.
So that being said, I really just go based off of what I have going on.
Yep.
And then when I realize, like, all right, you know, I got family here, got work here.
So you have family, you have
start-
kids, you have.
Yes.
Yeah.
I have a son on the way, June 5th.
Oh,
he's due.
man.
Yes.
It's your first son?
Yes.
First
First kid. First
Congrats,
kid.
bro.
Thanks. I really appreciate it.
Yes.
Honestly,
It's the best.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
Oh, my
I just
God.
we did X-rays 3 days ago
Yeah.
just to see like
Yeah.
how he is. Got to see the nose, the lips, man. It's just crazy.
And
Sorry, excuse my language.
Yeah, because they have the 4D image.
Yes.
Did you get
yes,
that?
Yes, we did.
We can see the actual face.
Yes.
Oh man.
Yeah.
So let me ask this.
Yeah.
Now you got a whole new thing to fight for,
Yeah.
right?
In
Do
a
you
way,
think this is going to
yes.
motivate you, or what do you think?
I would say that when it comes to fighting,
Yeah.
it would motivate me, but I have other things that motivate me.
So tell me about that. What motivates you to fight, to train so much, 6-7 days a week? Why? Because fighting is not a normal thing.
No,
it is completely abnormal to want to, especially to hop in a freaking cage and fight. Like, it is completely abnormal. So what is motivating you, and why do you do this?
What's motivating me is, I would say, the Ultimate Fighter finale. Stephen.
Really?
Yeah. Forrest Griffin versus Stephen Bonner.
Yes.
When I seen that, I was in like middle school, and when I seen that fight, it was like up here and down here,
Yeah.
both matched. It was like, it felt like soul resonance. Like,
Yeah.
I knew what my purpose was. I knew that that's where I was gonna go. Like, I didn't understand why. I just knew that martial arts was something that like just got me
Yeah.
going, and
Yeah.
I just wanted to do it. And then at that point, I was already doing wrestling for 3 years, but
3 years.
wrestling was just self-defense, just understanding like how to protect myself.
Yep.
But once I saw that, I knew like instantly. I was like, okay, there's my career. That's
And you
crazy.
started training immediately.
Exactly. I was already training.
You were already training.
Yes.
And so you're saying that you, and by the way, that was the fight that put UFC back on the map.
Absolutely.
They were in debt hundreds of millions of dollars and going nowhere, almost about to fold. And it was that fight and that Ultimate Fighter that actually flipped the switch for them.
Yeah. I still remember the
That
feeling.
was that fight.
It gives me goosebumps to this
Yeah.
moment.
That was it. That was
Yes.
what put them on the map. And they were like $250 million in debt at that point. It was crazy. Did he? Yeah. Did he?
Like full circle because
Wow.
I was such a fan of his, and then became friends, and then he would come commentate for us. And if you go back to those
Stephen Bonner.
fights
Yeah.
where Stephen Bonner's commentating,
Hilarious.
hilarious.
I love it,
Will
dude.
do.
All right. So tell me, so up to this point, you said you're looking for a gym. How come you haven't just walked into a gym and say, hey, I want to train? So you're not training in any gym ever. So who
am
trains
trying.
you in your whatever, your stand up, your jiu-jitsu? I don't know what you're doing, but
Okay.
who's trained you in all those? You're just training yourself?
Okay. So, wrestling, I'll go middle school to freshman year of
Yep.
college. Jiu-jitsu, Triforce MMA,
Okay.
Pawtucket, Rhode Island.
Yep.
2 years. Kickboxing, I also started there. Transitioned to another coach, not even a gym, a coach.
Yeah.
His name was Charlie Sampalis, rest in peace. He actually helped me learn Shotokan karate and get a basics in boxing.
Nice.
Then after learning with him for about 1.5 years, 2 years, I ended up transitioning into the military. Got 2 years into my contract, ended up finding a gym called Urban Boxing in Washington, D.C. Went there for a little bit, ended up getting the opportunity to have Donald Cerrone come to my command after he lost to Conor McGregor. He came to my command, got to actually talk to him one-on-one, asked him, like, hey, like, I want to get to where you are. So what do I need to do that? And he was like, honestly, you need to go into a gym, talk to the coaches, let them know where your goal is. If they respect it, then they'll work with you. If they don't, watch how they move. And if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. Just keep doing what you need to do. And he told me that. And then right after he did that, he also gave me the opportunity to fight on his card all the way over there on the East Coast.
Wow.
But COVID hit.
Ah.
Everything stopped.
Stopped.
Yes. And
Incredible.
then I ended up transitioning from DC all the way out here. And then once I got here, I ended up training in Muay Thai
Muay Thai.
at Victory.
At Victory?
MMA. Yes.
You still training there as well?
No.
No.
The location is just too far for me to
Oh,
go
okay.
to their new one because, you know, the old location burned down.
That's right.
So it's just not
But they're
feasible.
reopening soon.
Yes, I'm waiting for that. Once they reopen, I'm definitely looking to go back and see what the situation is.
Beautiful.
And if I can continue working with them.
Great. Who are you fighting in this fight?
I don't know. Intensity MMA is the other side.
Okay.
I'm not sure the actual person.
Okay, how you feeling coming into this fight compared to the last fight? You feeling more confident? You feeling more? Because the last one was that your first cage fight?
Yes, it was.
Okay,
It was.
so obviously the first one's
Yeah.
super nerve wracking, but this one, how you feeling coming into this one?
This one I actually feel more grounded.
More grounded.
I feel like the first one, like I got swept up in a moment, like everything going on. You know, my corner is actually my wife. So that being
Oh,
said,
that's nice.
yeah, exactly. So it was just the first time for everything. A
Yeah.
lot of things, like first time for her being my corner, first
Yeah.
time me being in the cage. So I was head in the clouds, just excited and high off of the moment. Now I'm like, all right, I understand. I need to go in there and do my job, because if I get too excited and just enjoying the moment, well, that's how people get hurt.
Yeah.
Sorry, not hurt, injured. There's
Yeah.
a difference.
Yep.
And I'm not getting injured. Like, I have a plan, I have a goal, I know where I'm going. I'm not gonna squander this opportunity.
Nice, dude. Who's in your corner this time?
Oh, it's still gonna be my wife.
Nice.
Yes.
Oh man, that's awesome,
Yes.
bro. I
So-
love that.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Who is there? Anybody else in your corner? Just her.
It's just her, and then occasionally I'll have like a friend or somebody else who is knowledgeable on martial arts who also understands me as a person to be in my corner. Because to be in my corner, I need to be able to trust you.
Yeah, of course.
I'm not gonna just have some random person just, hey, just do this, do that.
Yeah.
No. Like,
You got to trust. them.
I'll do that. I'll do what you're saying, but I need you to understand that that's not how I usually operate. So
I love it.
let's like find a common ground, get to know each other, then we get to the cage and we work together.
I love
not
it.
just you instructing me, because I can use that, but
Yeah.
at the same time, like my mindset is a little further than that. So I like the respect on that.
I love it, dude. Fantastic. What's your confidence level coming into this fight?
Confidence level coming into this fight in what regard? Like, what
Like,
do
how
you
confident are you that you're going to take care of business?
mean? Well, I don't know. I would say I'm not gonna just like talk myself up and be
Yeah.
like, I'm gonna go in there and kill this guy.
Yeah.
Because to be honest, I'm just gonna go out there and show everybody what I can do.
Nice.
Obviously, I did that with Dalton. Like, he's a strong guy. Finished almost every one of his opponents in the first round.
Yep.
I'm the only one that made it 3 rounds and almost like finished the fight, even though I would have taken a loss on the
Yeah.
judges' scorecards.
Right.
Because it would have made sense. He just had a lot more ground control than I did.
Yep.
That being said, when it comes to this guy, I mean, if he's good on the ground or he's good standing up, good. Show me what you got, because I'm going to do the same thing. Like, I'm bringing me,
Come on.
not everything else. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like, so how confident am I? I'm confident I'm going to go in there and do what I need to, but win or lose, that doesn't really matter to me. So I'm just going to go out there and do me, and whatever the chips fall, they fall.
Yep. Do your best.
Exactly.
That's all you can do.
Yeah.
Been a pleasure. Been an honor, bro. Thanks for coming on. Khajuan Mattocks, a.k.a. TM Dub. Epic 61. Get your tickets. Friday, May 23rd. Ladies and gentlemen, that's a wrap. Real Deal Talk. Thanks for coming in, bro. Let's go.
Cheers.